Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to consider just how much power the first 10 minutes of your day hold? 10 minutes may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of a day that stretches across 16, 18, or even 24 hours, but I assure you, it is in these first moments that the trajectory of your entire day is quietly determined. Imagine a day as a long river flowing towards a vast ocean. The very first drop of water sets the direction for the current that follows. Those initial moments, before emails, messages, and the endless obligations of life rush in, are the moments where you can take control, set the tone, and influence the quality of your day. How you start your day influences your energy, your focus, your emotional resilience, and even the results you achieve. If the first 10 minutes are chaotic, distracted, or rushed, the ripple effect follows you throughout the day. If, however, you invest those 10 minutes intentionally, deliberately, and with purpose, you will find your day unfolding with far more clarity, calm, and effectiveness than you ever imagined possible. Now, you may ask, why 10 minutes? Why not 20 or 30 or even an hour? The truth is, 10 minutes is long enough to create meaningful impact and short enough to be sustainable, even on the busiest days. It is a manageable chunk of time that anyone can dedicate, regardless of lifestyle, responsibilities, or commitments. 10 minutes is a small investment that yields exponential returns. And the beauty of these 10 minutes is that they are yours, completely and unapologetically yours, to shape the way you want to begin. You see, the first 10 minutes are like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is strong, the structure will stand firm even under pressure. If the foundation is weak, the building may crumble even before it is fully built. Your morning, ladies and gentlemen, is no different. Those first 10 minutes form the foundation of your energy, your mindset, and your productivity. Think about it. How often do we start our day by immediately diving into work, notifications, or chores? How often do we wake up and rush to our phones, scroll through endless updates, or check emails before we even allow ourselves a single conscious thought? In doing so, we surrender control of our day to external forces. We allow the world to dictate our mood, our focus, and our energy levels before we even have a chance to decide how we want to feel. But when we consciously dedicate the first 10 minutes to ourselves, we reclaim that power. We create a buffer between sleep and the chaos of daily life, a sacred space in which we decide the course of our day. It is not just about what we do in those 10 minutes, it is about the act of choosing. Choosing to be present, choosing to start with intention, and choosing to lead your day rather than being led by it. In these first 10 minutes, every small action carries weight. A single deep breath, a moment of reflection, a conscious stretch, or a brief visualization of your goals for the day can shift the energy within you and around you. Studies in psychology show that people who engage in a consistent morning routine, even one as short as 10 minutes, experience higher levels of productivity, improved mood, and greater emotional resilience. They are less reactive to stress, more focused on priorities, and more capable of maintaining composure throughout challenges. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of starting the day in a state of intentionality rather than reaction. When you wake up and take 10 minutes to center yourself, you are programming your brain for focus and clarity. You are reminding yourself that your day belongs to you and not to distractions, obligations, or negative patterns. Consider the metaphor of planting seeds. 10 minutes in the morning is like planting a seed of energy, focus, and positivity. If nurtured consistently, that seed grows into a tree of productivity, health, and well-being. Neglect it, and the weeds of stress, distraction, and procrastination can quickly take over. Every decision we make in those initial moments, every thought we entertain, every action we take has a compounding effect. 10 minutes of chaos may seem small, but its consequences echo throughout the day. Conversely, 10 minutes of deliberate action, calm, and focus can create momentum that carries you forward effortlessly. The rhythm of your day, the quality of your interactions, and the efficiency of your work all hinge upon this crucial period. Moreover, these 10 minutes are not about perfection or elaborate routines. They are about awareness, choice, and presence. They are about reclaiming control over the first moments of your life each day, whether you spend them breathing, stretching, journaling, visualizing, or simply sitting in quiet reflection. The act of intentionally dedicating this time to yourself transforms ordinary mornings into a powerful ritual. It is a daily declaration that you matter, that your mind matters, and that your day is worth starting with purpose. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to consider the impact of 10 minutes. Not 10 hours, not 10 days, but 10 minutes each morning. These 10 minutes are not trivial. They are the secret doorway to a more focused, energized, and intentional life. Every habit, every success, every meaningful achievement begins with a choice, and there is no better time to make that choice than in the very first 10 minutes of your day. Remember, it is not how you sleep, it is how you wake. And it is not how long you sleep, but how you use the first 10 minutes that can define your entire day. Make those 10 minutes count, and you will find that the rest of your day begins to unfold effortlessly, with energy, focus, and purpose that you once thought were impossible to sustain. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever paused to think about the power hidden in the first 10 minutes of your day? 10 minutes may seem like an insignificant sliver of time in a day filled with countless tasks, responsibilities, and distractions, but these minutes are far more powerful than we often realize. The first moments after waking are the seed from which the energy, focus, and tone of your entire day grow. Imagine the day as a river, flowing steadily towards the opportunities, challenges, and experiences ahead. The first 10 minutes are like the source of that river, determining the direction and strength of the current. If the current begins turbulent, chaotic, or scattered, the day that follows will likely mirror that disorder. If, however, the first 10 minutes are calm, deliberate, and intentional, the day unfolds with clarity, purpose, and energy. Every successful individual, every high achiever, understands that the first moments after waking are not to be surrendered to chance, but to be claimed deliberately as their own. These moments are a gift, a small but mighty window of opportunity where you set the stage for your life, rather than reacting. NG to it. You may wonder why 10 minutes is the magic number. Why not 5, 20, or even an hour? 10 minutes is long enough to establish meaningful habits and set intentions, yet short enough that anyone, no matter how busy, can commit to them daily. 10 minutes is not an overwhelming demand on your schedule. Rather, it is a manageable investment with outsized returns. In those 10 minutes, you have the chance to influence your mood, energy, focus, and emotional resilience. You have the opportunity to decide whether your day begins with purpose or drift. The first 10 minutes are a foundation, and like the foundation of a building, their strength determines how well the structure holds. A strong, intentional start provides stability, energy, and balance. A weak or rushed start leaves your day vulnerable to stress, distraction, and negativity. By dedicating just 10 minutes to yourself each morning, you reclaim control of your day before the world can impose its pressures and demands on you. Consider how many of us reach for our phones immediately upon waking, scrolling through emails, social media updates, or news feeds before even opening our eyes fully. In those moments, we allow the outside world to dictate our emotions, thoughts, and priorities. We hand over the first 10 minutes, and often the first hour, to reactive behaviors and external influence. In contrast, by intentionally using the first 10 minutes to focus on ourselves, we set a tone that cannot be shaken easily. We create a mental buffer between sleep and the whirlwind of daily life. We reclaim ownership of our mind, our body, and our actions. This is not just about doing something productive in those 10 minutes. It is about the act of choosing to start deliberately. It is about telling yourself that you are in charge of your day, and that your energy, focus, and mindset matter more than notifications, emails, or the demands of others. Every action taken in these first 10 minutes carries weight. A single deep breath, a moment of reflection, a simple stretch, or even visualizing your goals for the day can shift your mental state profoundly. Studies in psychology and neuroscience confirm that establishing a morning routine, even as short as 10 minutes, positively influences productivity, focus, and emotional resilience. People who start their day with intention are less likely to react impulsively to stressors, more capable of sustained concentration, and more likely to maintain a positive mindset throughout challenges. The early moments of your day program your brain and body for the hours to come. They set a rhythm that either flows with ease and energy or stumbles under fatigue and distraction. When you dedicate 10 minutes to intentional, mindful action, you are planting the seeds of calm, clarity, and effectiveness that will grow throughout the day. Imagine the analogy of planting seeds. 10 minutes each morning is like sowing seeds of energy, focus, and positivity. If these seeds are tended daily, they grow into a robust tree, resilient and fruitful, supporting every aspect of your life. Neglect the seeds, and weeds of procrastination, stress, and distraction quickly take root. The first 10 minutes are the point where small, conscious choices compound into significant, life-changing results. The act of consciously starting your day shifts you from being reactive to being proactive. You create momentum that carries into your work, your relationships, your creativity, and your decisions. Momentum is not born of chance. It is born of deliberate, consistent action, and the first 10 minutes are the starting line. It is important to recognize that these 10 minutes do not have to be perfect or elaborate. They are not about rigid routines, complicated exercises, or unrealistic expectations. They are about awareness, presence, and choice. Whether you spend the time breathing deeply, stretching your body, journaling, visualizing your intentions, or sitting in quiet reflection, the key is consistency and mindfulness. By simply taking 10 minutes each morning to focus inward, you create a mental and emotional shield that prepares you for whatever challenges may arise. You begin the day with purpose rather than reaction, clarity rather than confusion, and energy rather than exhaustion.